Have you ever heard a story of love so pure it transcends even death? Today, we're diving into the heart-wrenching yet beautiful tale of Hachiko, the dog who became a global symbol of unwavering loyalty. Our story begins in 1924 Tokyo, where an Akita Inu named Hachiko found his forever home with Professor Hidesaburo Ueno. From their first meeting, it was clear this was no ordinary bond. Every single morning, Hachiko would walk with his beloved master to Shibuya train station to see him off to work. And like clockwork, every afternoon he would be right there, waiting at the station to welcome the professor home. This simple routine was their daily testament to a deep and unbreakable friendship. But one day, everything changed. In May of 1925, tragedy struck. Professor Ueno suffered a sudden brain hemorrhage at work and never returned home. Can you imagine the confusion and heartbreak for Hachiko, waiting for a train that would never bring his best friend back? After the professor's passing, Hachiko was taken in by relatives, but his heart remained at Shibuya Station. He would escape and run back, day after day, year after year. For nearly a decade, at the exact time his owner's train was due to arrive, Hachiko appeared on the platform, his hopeful eyes scanning the crowd, patiently waiting for a reunion that would never happen. At first, many commuters saw him as just another stray. But his incredible persistence didn't go unnoticed. One of Professor Ueno's former students, an expert on the Akita breed, recognized Hachiko and was deeply moved. He wrote an article about the dog's astonishing loyalty, and soon the story of Chuken Hachiko, the faithful dog Hachiko, spread across Japan. The nation's heart was captured. People from all over began to visit Shibuya Station, bringing food and offering comfort to this incredible dog. Hachiko was no longer just a waiting dog. He had become a national treasure, a living embodiment of devotion. Hachiko kept his vigil until his very last day, passing away peacefully near the station on March 8, 1935. But his legacy was already immortal. Even before he passed, a bronze statue was erected in his honor right outside Shibuya Station in 1934. Today, that statue is one of Tokyo's most famous landmarks, a meeting place for millions, and a constant reminder of Hachiko's incredible story. His tale continues to teach us about the profound and unconditional love that our animal companions can offer. It's a story that proves true loyalty never dies. Thank you so much for watching. If Hachiko's story touched your heart, please give this video a like. Ever wonder why you have to get a license for your furry best friend? Well, you can thank an American president and his flock of sheep for that. Back in the day, Thomas Jefferson, the third U.S. president, had a serious problem. He loved raising sheep at his Monticello estate, but packs of stray dogs kept attacking and killing them. It was a huge issue for him and other farmers. So, what did this founding father do? He didn't just build a bigger fence. Instead, he used his political mind to draft a solution. Jefferson proposed a law in Virginia that would tax dog owners. The idea was simple. If people had to pay for their dogs, they'd be more likely to keep them under control and not let them roam free. This became one of the very first dog licensing laws in America. So next time you're renewing your dog's tag, remember the story of Jefferson's sheep. Did you know that for every single human baby born in the United States, a staggering 15 dogs are also born? That's right, 15. It's a mind-boggling number when you stop to think about it. While we celebrate new human life, this statistic shines a bright light on the massive and growing pet population. This isn't just a fun fact. It's a serious reality that leads to overcrowded shelters and countless dogs in need of a loving home. Many of these pups are the result of unplanned litters that could have been prevented. That's why spaying and neutering are so incredibly important. It's one of the most effective ways we can help manage this population boom and ensure more dogs get the chance at a happy life they deserve. Dogs are amazing. They can sniff out cancer. If your dog is licking your face or sniffing you, it may be trying to tell you something. Some dogs can even detect diabetes or a seizure coming. It's not science fiction, it's real science. Our canine companions have noses so powerful that they make our sense of smell seem almost non-existent. With hundreds of millions of olfactory receptors, dogs don't just smell the world, they read it. They can detect volatile organic compounds or VOCs that we don't even perceive. And this is where the science gets amazing. Scientific studies have shown that trained dogs can detect diseases like lung, breast, or prostate cancer in early stages just by sniffing breath or urine. They are able to identify those subtle VOCs that sick cells release. So if your dog is sniffing you with strange intensity or showing unusual behavior towards you, should you run to the doctor? Don't panic. Dogs are curious and can act peculiarly for many reasons. However, if that behavior is persistent, very specific, and you have any other health concerns, it might be a signal worth mentioning to your doctor. What animal could be so dangerous that even the President of the United States had to banish it from the White House? We're not talking about a tiger or a panther. We're talking about a bulldog. The story of Pete is as peculiar as his owner, the intrepid and energetic President Theodore Roosevelt. Known for his love of nature and his adventurous spirit, Roosevelt also had a weakness for animals. But between all of his horses, hamsters, and parrots, there was one that stood out for his mischief. A bulldog who seemed to have a sixth sense for chaos. Pete loved the White House, but his way of showing affection was, well, singular. He was often seen biting the ankles of visitors. It didn't matter if they were senators, diplomats, or just ordinary citizens. If Pete didn't know you, chances are he would bite you. But the incident that sealed his fate is legendary. One day, while French Ambassador Jules Jusserand was visiting the White House, Pete decided that he wanted to leave his mark on the diplomat. In an instant, he lunged forward and ripped his pants. That's right. The President of the United States' dog had just torn the pants of the French ambassador. Diplomacy was on the line, and the dog's reputation didn't help him. Despite the Roosevelt family's fondness for Pete, he was a liability. Too great a risk. Pete was banished from the White House. The story of Pete is a reminder that even in the halls of power, life is unpredictable. And sometimes the solution to a diplomatic problem is as simple as sending a dog to live in the country. Have you ever wondered why your dog gets so excited, as if they haven't seen you in years, even if you only left for an hour? The answer will surprise you, and no, they don't have a hidden clock. We all think dogs live in the here and now. But even though they can't read a clock's hands like us, they do have an incredibly developed sense of time. They rely on routine. Your dog knows exactly when it's time for their food, their walk, and most importantly, your return. They learn your habits, and noticing your absence, their brain starts to count. But there's something deeper. A study suggests that dogs also use their sense of smell. Over time, the scents in the house, including yours, disperse and weaken. Your dog can smell the passage of time, feeling that you've been gone for a very, very long time. So the next time you leave your best friend alone, remember this. They don't just miss you, they feel your absence. That's why spending quality time with them is so important. Can you imagine a Beatles song with a secret so well kept that only a dog could discover it? As incredible as it sounds, it exists. And no, it's not a joke. We're talking about the end of A Day in the Life, that masterpiece from the album Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Right after that epic, long-held piano chord, Paul McCartney had a brilliant and slightly eccentric idea. He decided to add a sound that would be imperceptible to most humans, but perfectly audible to dogs. This sound is an ultrasonic frequency of 15 kHz. He included it especially for Martha, his beloved dog. So while the world marveled at the song's ending, Martha was the only one who could enjoy that little musical nod from her owner. It's one of those small details that shows the band's creativity and humor even in the most unexpected moments. Can your dog hear it? We all know the Titanic tragedy, but few know that only 3 dogs survived. The rest died a horrible death. Aboard the unsinkable liner traveled at least 12 first-class dogs. Sadly, survival came down to a single cruel rule: size. Only 3 dogs managed to escape. The first was Lady, a Pomeranian who was saved by her owner, Margaret Hayes. The second was Sun Yat-sen, a Pekingese who traveled safely with the publishing magnate Henry Harper and his wife. And the third survivor was another small Pomeranian whose name was lost, but who was sheltered by Elizabeth Jane Rothschild. These women, driven by unconditional love, hid them in coats and blankets while boarding the scarce lifeboats. But what happened to the other 9? Larger dogs like the Airedale Terrier or the French Bulldog were housed in the Deck F kennels. When it was time to board, the crew had strict orders. No large dogs allowed in the lifeboats. No matter their owner's pleas or pain, they were left behind. The sad truth is that these 3 small dogs survived because their first-class owners were able to conceal them, making them appear to be baggage or even babies. It's a story that reminds us of the profound love of the Titanic's passengers and the sad irony of a voyage where, even for dogs, size and status were everything. You walk up to an unfamiliar dog with the best of intentions, smiling. But in dog language, you just issued a warning to attack. It's the most dangerous body language mistake humans make, and it can provoke a bite. I'm going to explain why your smile is a threat and how you should greet a dog so they see you as a friend, not an enemy. In canine communication, baring teeth with tension is a sign of aggression. It's a direct step before a growl or a bite. When you smile openly, your brain says, joy, but your mouth says, I am warning you. A dog that doesn't know you can't understand the cultural context of your smile. It relies on its instincts. Seeing you show your teeth while you approach is a signal for it to defend itself. So, how do you greet a dog safely? The key is a relaxed mouth. Keep it closed or only slightly open. This translates as calm, not tension. Also, avoid direct eye contact, turn your body to the side and let the dog approach and sniff you first. These simple steps can make all the difference. Ever wonder how your dog really drinks water? Forget what you think you know. It's not lapping and it's definitely not scooping. It's a mind-blowing trick of fluid physics. Using high-speed cameras, scientists discovered that dogs don't use their tongues like spoons. Instead, they curl the tip of their tongue backward and just barely touch the water's surface. Then, the magic happens. They yank their tongue back up at incredible speed, pulling a column of water into the air against gravity. This column is held together for just a split second by two forces: inertia and surface tension. Before the column collapses, the dog snaps its jaw shut, catching the water. It's a perfectly timed feat of natural engineering. The next time you see your dog at their water bowl, remember you're watching a master of physics in action. If I ask you what sound a dog makes, you'll probably say woof or bark, but you've just made an international mistake. What sounds universal in your head is actually a secret language that changes in every country. There's really no such thing as a universal bark. What we hear is filtered by our own language. So get ready to meet the ham-ham and the goo-goo. A Romanian dog doesn't bark the same as a Vietnamese one, at least not in writing. Check this out. In Romania, a dog barks ham-ham. In Sri Lanka, it's buh-buh. And in Vietnam, it's written as gao-gu. It's the same physical sound, but each culture interprets it using the sounds of its own alphabet. This is called onomatopoeia. And while animal sounds are universal, the way we write and hear them is totally conditioned by human language. That's why English focuses on the W and F in woof, while other countries use different syllables. It's amazing how a simple sound can mirror our cultural differences. So, what is the onomatopoeia for barking in your country or language? Leave your bark in the comments. Look at him. He's sleeping. But in this moment of stillness, his mind is running free. He is dreaming. We know they dream, but science reveals something surprising. The frequency and duration of your dog's dreams are directly related to their size. What a tiny Chihuahua experiences in its dreams is completely different from the epic dream sagas of a Great Dane. Why? The answer lies in metabolism and brain wiring. Just like us, dogs experience REM sleep, the phase where they relive the morning run or play with their favorite toy. But here's the twist. Researchers found that small dogs dream more frequently, about every 10 minutes. Large dogs? Their dreams are spaced out, happening every hour or so. The trade-off is duration. A small dog with its faster metabolism processes life in short, rapid bursts. But a large dog enjoys longer, deeper dreams. So next time your dog is twitching in its sleep, you'll know a story is unfolding. A dog who crossed the Iron Curtain. At the height of the Cold War, while the world held its breath, a small package traveled from Moscow to Washington. It didn't contain atomic secrets or attack plans. It held something far more valuable and adorable. A small dog. The daughter of a Soviet space hero was about to become the most unexpected diplomat in history. Her mission? To break the ice between two superpowers. This is the story of Pushinka, the daughter of Laika, and the canine romance that helped thaw the Cold War. After the tragic but historic flight of Laika, the Soviet Union had a huge propaganda victory. But the public, both East and West, mourned the dog's loss. Aware of the power of human stories, Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev came up with a master plan. In 1961, he sent a gift to U.S. President John F. Kennedy, a one-year-old dog named Pushinka, meaning fluffy. The FBI and the U.S. Secret Service were suspicious of the gift. Was she a canine Trojan horse? The dog was thoroughly examined for tiny microphones or explosives. They found nothing except a beating heart. Pushinka moved into the White House where she soon met Charlie, the Kennedy's terrier. The two fell in love instantly. It didn't take long for Pushinka to give birth to a litter of 4 puppies, affectionately nicknamed the Pupniks by the press. In a world divided by walls and missiles, a family of puppies proved that life and joy could blossom even between the greatest of enemies. What if the sound your dog makes isn't just a sound but a message? A plea for help from a species that's been domesticated to its limits? What if that incessant barking is not a simple warning but a cry of anguish? From the moment they welcome you home to the moment they need your help, your dog communicates with you through barks. But what happens when their barks turn into a symphony of anguish? As a dog lover and expert, I've dedicated my life to understanding their language. And let me tell you, the bark is just the beginning. When you hear your dog bark, it's not just a noise. It's a reflection of their inner world, a world that's often hidden from our sight. Barking is their way of speaking, but when they can't stop, when the barking becomes excessive, that's when we're facing a problem that goes beyond just a noise. The solution isn't in punishing the bark, but in addressing the emotion behind it. And believe me, the power to stop the barking lies within you. All you need is a deep connection with your dog and the ability to project quiet energy. Now that you know the truth behind that sound, what will you do about it? Have you ever watched your dog scarf down their food in 2 seconds flat and wondered, do they even enjoy the taste? Science has an answer that will surprise you. We have 9,000 taste buds, but your dog only has about 1,700. That's fewer than you and far, far fewer than a human. How can they be so happy eating? The reason is that taste is the least important sense for your dog. While we focus on flavor, they rely on their true superpower, smell. Your dog has 300 million olfactory receptors. When they approach their bowl, their nose is the one approving the menu, not their tongue. If it smells like meat, protein, or something their brain associates with food, the flavor takes a back seat. Even so, it's not all about the nose. They do detect sweetness and use bitter and sour to avoid spoiled or poisonous foods. And salty. Unlike us, their natural carnivorous diet gave them enough salt, so their palate didn't evolve to seek that flavor out. So the next time your dog gobbles down their dinner, remember that it's their nose, not their tongue, that tells them it's a feast. Ever wondered why the famous Greyhound buses are named after a dog? It's a surprisingly simple and charming story that takes us all the way back to 1914. Picture this. A bus operator in Hibbing, Minnesota, is driving his route. As he passes a local store, he glances at the reflection of his long, sleek gray bus in the large storefront window. In that fleeting moment, something clicks. The reflection doesn't just look like a vehicle. It reminds him of a graceful greyhound dog streaking across a field. He mentioned the comparison to others, and the nickname just stuck. People loved it, and soon, the Greyhound wasn't just a nickname for one bus, it became the official name for the entire fleet. So next time you see one of those iconic buses, you'll know its name came from a simple chance reflection in a window over a century ago. For decades, we've been told a lie, that our best friends see the world in black and white. But what if I told you that's completely false? Your dog does see color, just not like you do. Their world is a vibrant spectrum of blues, yellows, and grays, where reds and greens simply fade away. The secret is in their eyes. Humans have 3 types of color-detecting cells, or cones. Dogs only have 2. This makes them dichromats. So, that bright red toy you threw? On green grass, it's practically invisible to them. But a blue or yellow toy? That stands out like a beacon. What they lose in color, they gain in survival skills. Their vision is far superior in low light, and they have an incredible ability to detect even the slightest movement. Their world isn't less, it's just different, perfectly tuned for a hunter. So, now that you know, will you change the color of your dog's toys? Let me know in the comments. Do you know what a tight shoe and your dog's nails have in common? They both cause a lot of pain. If your dog's nails are too long, every step it takes is a step towards discomfort, and in the long run, towards serious health problems. It may seem minor, but a nail that's too long can force your dog's toes backward, causing joint pain, poor posture, and even lameness. Over time, this can lead to arthritis, knee damage, and an abnormal gait. What's more, the nails can curl and dig into their own paw pads, causing painful infections. But the good news is that the solution is simple: regular nail trimming. It's not just for aesthetics, it's a fundamental part of your best friend's health. The ideal is to do it every 2 to 4 weeks. If you're not sure how, don't worry. A vet or a dog groomer can do it for you. This is the incredible paradox of small dogs. Did you know that a Chihuahua can live twice as long as a Great Dane? It sounds illogical, right? The scientific answer is fascinating and a total paradox. While a 3-kilo Yorkshire is an adult at 9 months, an 80-kilo Saint Bernard is still a puppy at a year and a half. Scientists believe that the problem lies in the speed. Large breeds have such accelerated growth that it increases the risk of their cells developing abnormally. This acceleration in growth makes them more vulnerable to serious diseases like cancer in their adult life. On the other hand, the slower growth of small dogs gives them greater cellular stability, protecting them and allowing them to live a longer, healthier life. So the next time you see a small dog, remember that its size is one of the keys to its longevity. It's a small giant in the world of survival. Ever wonder where the spooky word werewolf actually comes from? It's a tale as old as time, or at least as old as the English language. Let's break it down. The word werewolf is a fantastic mashup from Old English. The first part, wer, simply meant man. That's right, just man. The second part, wolf, is pretty straightforward. It meant wolf. So, when you put them together, werewolf literally translates to man-wolf. It's not just some random scary name, it's a direct ancient description of the creature itself, a person who transforms into a wolf. Pretty cool, huh? The history hidden in our words is absolutely fascinating. Thanks for watching. Everyone says your dog is an adult when they turn one. It's a common rule in the dog world, and it's a myth. The true adult age of your dog depends entirely on their size. Popular belief tells us the finish line is at 12 months, but that's just the short answer. The transition from that adorable fluff ball to a mature companion is a race that not all dogs finish at the same time. The key is their breed and size. Small breeds like Chihuahuas mature incredibly fast, often reaching full maturity even before their first birthday. On the other hand, large breeds like a Labrador are marathon runners. For them, true adulthood can arrive between 18 months and 2 years. Understanding this is vital to avoid demanding too much from their still developing bodies and minds. So, next time someone asks your dog's age, remember that every dog has its own growth calendar. 9 weeks of gestation. A labor that should last a few hours turns into a history-making marathon. When this Neapolitan Mastiff went into labor, her owners expected a normal litter. What they got was an avalanche of life that shattered records. This is the miracle of 24 puppies, the most numerous birth ever recorded. On average, a dog has between 5 and 8 puppies. But in 2004, a Neapolitan Mastiff named Tia defied all logic. Her birth was by C-section and the count just kept climbing. 10, 15, 20, all the way to a record-breaking 24 puppies. It's the official Guinness World Record for the largest litter ever born. But hold on, there's a double record. While Tia needed help, another champion emerged. In 2019, a Great Dane mix named Mary Jane gave birth to 21 puppies at home, completely naturally, no surgery. Both are incredible feats showing just how amazing canine biology is. Which do you find more impressive? The total record of 24 or the natural birth of 21? Ever watched your dog drink water and thought they were just slurping it up? Well, you're about to have your mind blown. It's not what it looks like at all. Dogs don't suck up water like we do with a straw. Instead, they perform a little magic trick that seems to defy physics. Here's what really happens. A dog curls its tongue backward, kind of like an upside-down ladle. They dip this ladle into the water and then pull it back up into their mouth at lightning speed. This super-fast motion creates a column of water that flies straight up into their mouth before gravity even has a chance to pull it back down. It's a precisely timed, incredibly efficient feat of engineering, happening in just a fraction of a second. So next time you see your furry friend at their water bowl, you'll know you're witnessing a true master of hydrodynamics at work. Have you ever seen a puppy so big it towers over you? I'm talking about a puppy that's 43 feet tall. Let me introduce you to one of the most famous and adorable artworks in the world. Puppy, by the American artist Jeff Koons. Created back in 1992, this incredible sculpture is a giant West Highland Terrier. But here's the coolest part. It's not just made of steel. It's a living, breathing sculpture covered in thousands of beautiful, colorful flowers. This massive floral pup is an absolute spectacle, changing its coat with the seasons. So, where can you meet this giant good boy? You'll have to head to Spain, where Puppy proudly stands guard right outside the Guggenheim Museum in Bilbao. It's a truly unforgettable sight. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Ever watched your dog play with another pup at the park and thought they looked like a little team? Well, you're not wrong. You might be surprised to learn that this teamwork goes way back to their wild ancestors. Dogs are natural pack animals, and this instinct is super strong when it comes to hunting. While we often picture huge wolf packs, a hunting pack of dogs can be as small as just 2. It's all about strategy and cooperation. One might flush out the prey while the other waits to intercept it. This incredible coordination is a throwback to their survival instincts, showing how they use teamwork to be more efficient and successful. It's fascinating to see these ancient behaviors pop up even in our own fluffy best friends. See you next time. Did you know the most common health problem in dogs is also one of the most expensive to fix? It's not their hips or heart, it's what's in their mouth. Bad breath isn't just unpleasant, it's the first sign of periodontal disease. This buildup of bacteria can cause tooth loss and even travel to your dog's vital organs, threatening their heart, liver, and kidneys. When the problem gets severe, a professional vet cleaning under anesthesia can cost anywhere from $500 to $3,000. The good news? It's totally preventable with just 2 minutes a day. All you need is a soft toothbrush. A finger brush is great for starters, and dog-specific toothpaste. Never use human toothpaste. Gently brush the outside of their teeth and molars, where tartar builds up most. You don't have to be perfect. Consistency is key. This simple habit saves you thousands and adds years to your best friend's life. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into the wonderful world of the Chinese zodiac and talking about one of its most beloved signs, the dog. If you were born in a year of the dog, you're in great company. People born under this sign are known for some truly amazing qualities. Think of the best friend you've ever had. That's the essence of a dog sign. They are incredibly honest, exceptionally loyal, and have a strong sense of responsibility. You can always count on them to have your back and to see a task through to the very end. They are the guardians and the trusted companions of the zodiac, bringing a sense of security and sincerity to everyone around them. Isn't that just fantastic? What's your zodiac sign? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Ever wondered what the biggest dog in the world is? You might be thinking of a fluffy giant like a Saint Bernard or a majestic Leonberger, but the tallest dog breed is actually the Irish Wolfhound. These gentle giants can stand nearly 3 feet tall at the shoulder. Imagine a dog that can easily rest its chin on your dining table. They were originally bred for hunting wolves and Irish elk, so that massive size definitely came in handy. But here, as a fun fact for you, while the Irish Wolfhound is the tallest breed on average, the Guinness World Record for the tallest dog ever belongs to a Great Dane named Zeus. This incredible dog from Michigan stood at a whopping 44 inches tall. That's over 7 feet when he stood on his hind legs. So, one breed holds the title, but an individual from another breed stole the record. Pretty cool, right? Hey, have you ever been sitting on the couch and suddenly your dog's ears perk up? They start staring intently at the door, maybe even let out a little growl, but you don't hear a thing. You think, what's gotten into you? Well, here's a fun fact that explains everything. Your dog's hearing is way better than yours. Think about this. If you can hear a sound from a certain distance, your dog can likely hear that same sound from 4 times farther away. 4 times. So, when they're reacting to what seems like nothing, they might be hearing the mail carrier's truck turning the corner at the end of the street, or a squirrel scampering on the roof. It's like they have their own built-in superpower. Next time your furry friend seems on high alert, just remember they're living in a much richer world of sound than we are. Hey history buffs, have you ever heard of a war started over attacks on dogs? It sounds wild, but it actually happened. Let's travel back to late 19th century New Zealand. British settlers decided to impose a tax on dogs. For them, it was just a simple fee. But for the local Maori people in the Hokianga region, this was a huge deal. Dogs weren't just pets. They were essential for hunting, companionship, and held deep cultural significance. The Maori saw this tax not just as a financial burden, but as a direct attack on their way of life and sovereignty. Tensions escalated, leading to armed standoffs and confrontations. While it didn't become a full-scale war, this dog tax war was a powerful act of resistance. It's a fascinating and often overlooked story about the clash of cultures and the fight to protect a way of life. Driver's hero. Hollywood actors have their own villains and heroes. But the Hunger Games actor Josh Hutcherson chose to be the hero for a dog who had a really tough time. Remember Peter Mellark, the boy with the bread who survived the games? Well, in real life, actor Josh Hutcherson found his own tribute, a pit bull puppy with a history of struggle. This little dog named Driver had spent almost 4 months in a shelter with a broken paw and missing 2 toes. He had surgery just in time, but desperately needed a home. And that's where Josh comes in. Not only did he adopt him, but he also gave him an incredible name in honor of the protagonist from the movie Drive, played by Ryan Gosling. Driver's story is a reminder that real heroes exist. Sometimes the only victory that matters is giving a second chance to those who need it most. Did you know that in the world of scouting, loyalty and love for dogs can earn you a merit badge? That's right, it's not just about camping and tying knots. The most dedicated scouts can also prove their care for animals and be recognized for it. Both the Boy Scouts of America and the Girl Scouts of the USA have programs designed for young people to learn how to be responsible pet owners. Through the Dog Care Badge, boys learn about dog nutrition, health, safety, and training. It's a way to go beyond simply liking animals and teach the importance of responsibility. Meanwhile, girls can earn the Pet Tending Badge, which covers the care of a variety of pets, including our four-legged friends. Both badges not only reward knowledge but also foster respect and empathy. It's a very valuable life lesson that goes beyond simple recognition. A story that teaches us that caring for and loving animals are skills truly worth cultivating. Have you ever called your dog and they just ignore you? Some dogs are smarter than others. That's why some can do basic tasks like shaking hands or fetching the newspaper, while others can learn advanced tricks and even help people with disabilities. Science has spoken. And yes, some dogs are smarter than others. But who are the real brains of the canine world? Watch this video to find out. And don't forget to stay tuned for more amazing animal videos. A dog's intelligence isn't just one thing. It's divided into 3 types: working and obedience intelligence, instinctive intelligence, and adaptive intelligence. Based on working and obedience intelligence, the famous canine psychologist Stanley Cohen created a list of the smartest breeds. And here is the top 5. Number 5, the Doberman Pinscher. Number 4, the Golden Retriever. Number 3, the German Shepherd. Number 2, the Poodle. And number 1, the Border Collie. But here's the truth. Intelligence isn't just a matter of breed. Every dog has the potential to learn. A well-socialized dog with the right training and plenty of mental stimulation can be as smart as any other. What really matters isn't their IQ, but the bond you build with them. Were you surprised by any breed on this list? Or do you think your dog should be in the top 5? Tell us in the comments. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more facts about the animal world. See you in the next video. What do a math genius and a German Shepherd have in common? They're both brilliant. But if there are dogs who are Einsteins, then there has to be dogs who are, not so much. So here are the 2 least intelligent dog breeds. Number 1, the Afghan Hound. Need I say more? Look at this dog. Clearly not the brightest bulb in the bunch. It takes up to 100 repetitions for these guys to learn a command. And they only obey on the first try about 25% of the time. They're basically the class clowns of the dog world. And then we have the Basenji, or the barkless dog. You know what they say about intelligence, right? It's a double-edged sword. These dogs are super smart, but they're also super independent. They were bred to hunt alone in Africa, so they're stubborn and easily bored. They just do whatever they want. So remember, these dogs aren't dumb. They're just, a little bit special. And which dog do you think is smarter? The Afghan or the Basenji? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Look at your dog's paws. How many toes do you see? 4, right? Get ready to meet the only dog that defies nature. This is the Norwegian Lundehund. And yes, you have to count them twice. It's the only dog breed in the world with an anatomical feature that seems straight out of a myth. 6 toes on every paw. This peculiarity is no accident. It evolved in the remote islands of Norway for a very specific job: hunting puffins on rocky cliffs. Those extra toes give it incredible traction and grip. But that's not all. The Lundehund is also a canine acrobat. It can rotate its shoulder joints, allowing it to hug the cliff while climbing up or down. It is the canine world's master mountaineer. The Lundehund is a true treasure of nature, a reminder of how incredible adaptation can be. If this unique dog impressed you, hit that like button. Subscribe to discover more incredible animals and leave us a comment. Had you heard of the Lundehund before? See you next time. Did you know that the word dog is found almost 41 times in the Bible? Look beside you. Your dog, your best friend. Loyal, loving. Now pick up the Bible. Did you know that in its pages the word dog is almost always an insult? It's true. The dog is mentioned about 41 times in the Bible, 32 times in the Old Testament and 9 in the New Testament. But in most instances it's hardly a compliment. The ancient view was of an unclean, scavenging, and contemptible animal. Think of the chilling fate of Queen Jezebel. The prophet Elijah prophesied about her. The dogs will devour Jezebel in the plot of ground at Jezreel. 2 Kings 9:36. To be devoured by dogs was the ultimate disgrace, meaning not even having a proper burial. Even in the New Testament, the term dog was an insult used to refer to God's enemies or immoral people. The Apostle Paul warns, "Watch out for those dogs, those evildoers." Philippians 3:2. The only near positive mention is found in a proverb from Ecclesiastes, which is an argument for life over death. A live dog is better than a dead lion. Ecclesiastes 9:4. A live dog at least has hope, unlike the most powerful king who has perished. This is the fascinating cultural difference. The ancient dog was an outcast, the modern dog, a family member. Do you think your dog is a genius? You might be right. This is a question that has obsessed scientists for years. And the answer is yes, partially. Dogs don't understand algebra, But they have an amazing cognitive skill, quantity discrimination. What that means is that dogs can look at a pile of treats and tell you how many there are without even touching them. They can also figure out if you've hidden more treats than you're showing them. In experiments, dogs are shown 2 treats that are hidden behind a screen. When the screen is lowered, only 1 treat appears. The dog looks at the scene with confusion because its brain detects that the math doesn't add up. 2 minus 1 should equal 1, but where's the other one? So dogs do have a kind of intelligence that allows them to know when they're being cheated out of their rewards. But let's be clear, this is not counting in the human sense. Dogs do not understand abstract symbols or numbers. What we see in advanced training is just conditioning. A dog that barks 3 times when shown 3 fingers has learned to associate the visual cue of 3 fingers with the action of barking 3 times. It's an impressive trick, yes, but it's obedience, not arithmetic. So while your dog won't be able to help you with your taxes, it does have a fascinating spatial and quantitative intelligence that allows it to know when its reward is less than expected. Stop. Hold on. Look at him. Did you know that this little sleeping puppy is living a secret life much more intense than yours? In fact, that furry baby you have at home dreams more often than you and more often than an adult dog. The key lies in the brain and learning. All dogs dream during the REM phase of sleep, just like us. But a puppy is absorbing a gigantic amount of information every single day. New smells, how to play, where to potty, their names. It's an information explosion. Sleep, especially the REM phase, acts like their brain's hard drive. It's when the puppy processes all that information and converts it into long-term memory. So to achieve all that development and growth, they need to spend more time in that deep sleep phase, and therefore they have more frequent dreams. So if you see your puppy moving its legs or making little noises, don't worry. He's just reliving an exciting adventure from the day that he just learned, whether it was chasing a ball or getting that delicious treat. Now you know, those movements are proof that your puppy is a very dedicated student. If you loved learning this fact about your best friend, hit like on this video, subscribe for more canine facts. This is the reason why your dog's nose is always cold and wet, so you've always noticed it. Your dog's nose is always cold and wet. It wakes you up with that icy poke. But is it just snot? Or is your dog sick? I bet you don't know that this wetness is actually a secret superpower. Get ready to discover the 2 incredible scientific reasons why your dog's nose is constantly moist. The first reason is smell, their most important tool. The wet nose acts like a microscopic flytrap. It produces a thin layer of mucus that isn't there by accident. This mucus captures odor particles from the air and dissolves them, making them accessible to the hundreds of millions of olfactory receptors the dog has inside. It's like a built-in aroma amplifier. And the second reason is vital: thermoregulation, or cooling. Dogs can't sweat effectively through their skin. So when the moisture on their nose evaporates, it carries heat away, acting as a small but efficient air conditioner. So that wet nose helps him stay cool. The next time he wakes you up with a nudge, remember, he's smelling you and cooling down, all at once. Have you ever looked at your furry best friend and wondered how long we've been partners? You might think it's a few thousand years. But what if I told you our story goes way, way back? We're talking Ice Age. Archaeological evidence has unearthed an incredible secret. Humans and dogs have been a team for at least 33,000 years. That's not a typo. 33,000 years ago, our ancestors were already forming that special bond with the ancestors of our modern dogs. It's amazing to think that while mammoths still roamed the earth, the first good boys were already by our side, helping us hunt, keeping us safe, and offering companionship. This isn't just a recent friendship, it's one of the oldest and most successful partnerships in history. So next time you cuddle your pup, remember you're continuing a tradition that's tens of thousands of years old. Ever wonder where the chilling tales of werewolves first came from? You might picture a full moon and a spooky forest, but the real story is hidden in the ruins of one of history's greatest empires. Picture this. The mighty Roman Empire has fallen. The once bustling streets of Rome are now eerily quiet and deserted. As people fled the city, they left behind countless pets, including their dogs. These abandoned dogs, now starving and desperate, began to form large feral packs. Imagine seeing these packs roaming the ancient, shadowed streets at night. To the few people who remained, these weren't just stray dogs. They were large, aggressive, and moved like shadows in the moonlight. It's from these haunting real-life encounters that the terrifying legends of men turning into wolves likely began to take shape. History is full of surprises, isn't it? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Ever wondered if you're a dog person or a cat person? Well, it seems like the whole country is having that debate. We looked at the numbers, and it turns out that dogs might be winning the popularity contest in American homes. A whopping 44% of households in the US have a dog, wagging their tails and begging for treats. But don't count the cats out just yet. Our feline friends are not far behind, purring their way into the hearts of 35% of American households. That's millions of people who know the joy of a cat nap on their lap. So, what about you? Are you part of the 44% with a loyal pup or the 35% with a cool cat? Let us know in the comments below. Hey dog lovers! Ever stared deep into your furry friend's eyes and noticed something extra? Well, you're not imagining things. Here's a fun fact that might surprise you. Dogs actually have 3 eyelids. That's right, 3. So, you've got the upper and lower lids, just like us. But hidden in the corner is a third one, called the nictitating membrane. It looks like a little pinkish flap. You might catch a glimpse of it when your dog is waking up from a nap, or if they're a bit under the weather. What does it do? This special eyelid is like a built-in windshield wiper. It sweeps across the eye to clear away debris, spreads tears to keep the eye moist, and provides an extra layer of protection, all without blocking their vision. It's a super cool adaptation that helps keep their precious puppy eyes safe and healthy. Isn't that amazing? Our dogs are full of surprises. If you enjoyed this tidbit, give us a thumbs up. It's time to be honest. Your dog is not a pet. He's your fur kid. And if you live in the United States, science and statistics confirm it. Dogs are considered full family members in every sense of the word. And this is reflected in traditions like birthdays. A whopping 80% of dog owners buy their furry friend a present for their birthday, just like any other relative. They even get holiday cards. More than 50% of owners include their dog's name in the holiday card signature, a gesture that was traditionally reserved for human family members only. But dogs are part of the family now. They have their own place in the photo album, in the celebrations, and of course, in the gift budget. A dog's gotta be spoiled rotten for all the love and loyalty they give us. And now for the million-dollar question. Comment below with your dog's name and tell us what gift did you buy them for their last birthday. We want to hear that canine wish list. Want to know the grotesque secret to flawless, wrinkle-free skin from 17th century England? They swore by this anti-aging remedy, but I promise you do not want to try it. In 1684, Mary Doggett's famous book of recipes contained instructions for a highly coveted cosmetic known simply as puppy water. This was the go-to beauty elixir of its time. So what was the magical ingredient in this legendary cure? Rare herbs? Purified spring water? Some complex mineral mix? Nope. The main ingredient in historical puppy water was literally puppy urine. That's right. People believed that applying fresh, you-know-what from a puppy to their face would smooth wrinkles and improve their complexion. It certainly makes you appreciate your modern moisturizer, doesn't it? What's the weirdest historical beauty trick you've ever heard? Tell me in the comments below. What if the sound your dog makes isn't just a sound but a message? A plea for help from a species that's been domesticated to its limits? What if that incessant barking is not a simple warning but a cry of anguish? From the moment they welcome you home to the moment they need your help, your dog communicates with you through barks. But what happens when their barks turn into a symphony of anguish? As a dog lover and expert, I've dedicated my life to understanding their language. And let me tell you, the bark is just the beginning. When you hear your dog bark, it's not just a noise. It's a reflection of their inner world, a world that's often hidden from our sight. Barking is their way of speaking, but when they can't stop, when the barking becomes excessive, that's when we're facing a problem that goes beyond just a noise. The solution isn't in punishing the bark, but in addressing the emotion behind it. And believe me, the power to stop the barking lies within you. All you need is a deep connection with your dog and the ability to project quiet energy. Now that you know the truth behind that sound, what will you do about it? This isn't a sci-fi movie. This is the Moscow Metro. And this passenger traveling without a ticket is not lost. He's heading to his job. An elite group of stray dogs has cracked the code of public transportation. They know which line to take, where to get off, and how to get food. Get ready to meet the cleverest dogs on the planet. These commuter dogs live in the quiet Moscow suburbs, but the real food is in the city center. So every morning they board the trains with everyone else. But how does a dog who can't read signs know where to get off? Scientists believe they use an incredible combination of cues, the time between stops, the unique smell of each station, and even the sound of the station's name being announced over the speakers. What's more, they have advanced social strategies. The smartest packs send their smallest, most adorable members to beg for food, knowing people can't resist a cute face. It's an amazing display of planning and intelligence. What about this story amazes you the most? This dog created the guide dog. This dog saved 4,000 lives. This is the amazing true story of how mustard gas created the guide dog. It all started in 1916. Thousands of soldiers had lost their sight due to mustard gas attacks. But no one knew what to do until one doctor had a brilliant idea. Dr. Gerhard Stalling, a physician in Oldenburg, Germany, noticed that the men were more than just blind. They were also isolated and hopeless, so he decided to do something about it. He turned to the most intelligent and loyal dog breed in the world, the German Shepherd. He started training them to be guides for the blind, and in just 10 years, he had an army of 4,000 working dogs. But there was a problem. There weren't enough dogs in the world to help everyone who was blind. So Dr. Stallings had an even bigger idea. He created the first guide dog school in 1916. And that's why today we have guide dogs all over the world helping people who are blind to see again. Who fooled history? Everyone knows about Buddy, America's first guide dog. The four-legged heroine who inspired a nation. A heartwarming, documented story. Or is it? For decades, one version has been told. A brave woman in Europe, a determined blind man, and a dog named Buddy who changed everything. But the truth is, Buddy was never the first. In fact, the real pioneer who crossed the Atlantic and risked it all has been erased from history. Are you ready to rewrite history in 60 seconds? Then let's begin. Her name was Kiss, and her story is far more fascinating than you ever imagined. The legacy of Kiss and Frank Morris teaches us that the most important stories are sometimes the most forgotten. Their bravery didn't just open paths, it demonstrated the unbreakable power of the human-dog bond, forever changing the lives of blind individuals. It's time to give Kiss the recognition she deserves, so show us you care. Like this video so that the story of Kiss goes viral and takes its rightful place. Tell us in the comments if you knew this true story or if you always believed the Buddy myth. Two heroes or one in the shadows? We just told you the story of Kiss, the dog who challenged the Buddy myth. But there's another error in the history books that's even bigger, a mistake that erased a co-founder from collective memory. Official history says that America's first guide dog school, the Seeing Eye, was founded by Dorothy Eustace and Frank Morris. True? Almost. Eustace was the mastermind, but her partner wasn't Frank Morris. It was Morris Frank. It might seem like just a name change, but this small error hides a powerful truth. Morris Frank wasn't a simple collaborator. He was the blind driving force that made this revolution possible. In this clip, we won't just correct the name. We'll travel back to 1929 in Nashville to understand why the partnership between Dorothy Eustace, the visionary breeder, and Morris Frank, the brave blind man, was the perfect spark to ignite the guide dog movement. Their union was a lesson in faith, trust, and the power of collaboration. And trust me, the real story is much more epic. The Seeing Eye wouldn't be possible without the unwavering support of Morris Frank. So let's give credit where it's due. Are you dominating your dog or scaring it? For years, they've told you your dog is a wolf, that you must be the alpha leader, that obedience is achieved through domination and force. They've sold you the pack story where submission is unconditional surrender. But what if I told you that entire model is completely obsolete? That the submission you see in your dog isn't out of respect for your rank, but an act of peace to avoid a conflict you yourself are causing? That instead of dominating, you should be communicating? In this video, we're gonna dismantle the fallacy of the alpha wolf and the simplistic concept of the pack. We're gonna reveal the scientific truth. Your dog isn't looking to be dominated. It's looking for structure and security. And understanding this is gonna change everything. Are you ready to discard fear and build real trust? Your best friend's secret fingerprint. Look closely at your dog. Yes, look at their nose. That wet truffle that gives you cold kisses every day. You think about smell, about wetness. But what if I told you that nose is actually their most secure identity document? Each nose is unique. We all know we have unique fingerprints, but science has confirmed that your dog has its own version of this super identifier. Every fold, every crease, every pattern on your pet's nose print is irreplaceable worldwide. It's their personal nasal print. And it's not just an adorable curiosity. In this Express documentary, we're going to reveal how this unique nasal pattern is about to change the way we identify our pets forever. We'll show you how tech companies are already using your phone as camera to scan and register this secret signature. Get ready to discover the secret code only your dog knows. The biometric revolution and the call to action. The fact is undeniable. Your dog's nose is its signature, an identification tool more stable than a microchip and more secure than a tag. It's a trait that forms in puppyhood and never changes. Just as humans have fingerprints, dogs have their nose prints. And thanks to technology, this ancient trait is becoming the futuristic solution for never losing a family member again. Like, subscribe, and comment. If you were fascinated by this secret of nature and technology, don't leave without doing 3 things. 1. Hit the like button on this video. That way, more owners will know their dog's nose is their ID. 2. Comment below. Tell us, had you ever noticed how unique your pet's nose pattern is? And 3. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss our next video, where we'll reveal why dogs tilt their heads when we talk to them. Thanks for watching. This is the most beautiful Dalmatian you'll ever see. Here's a fun fact about Dalmatians. All Dalmatian puppies are born white and don't get their spots until later on in life. In fact, it's only when they're 2 to 3 weeks old that you start to see small faint spots on their fur. By 1 to 2 months, the spots are much more defined and start to spread. And by 4 to 6 months, the spots are well developed, but still some of them keep changing. By the time they're 1 year old, their spots are fully developed and unique. What's amazing about this spotted dog is that each one has a different spot pattern. Just like human fingerprints, no 2 Dalmatians have the same spots. They are here. A new life. But unlike almost every other creature, these tiny newborns arrive unable to see or hear the world around them. At birth, a puppy is completely blind and deaf, living in a world of only warmth and scent. Their eyes and ears are sealed shut, a biological safeguard while their brain and nervous system finish developing. For the first 2 weeks, it's a life lived through touch and smell. But then, around day 10 to 14, the miracle begins. The eyelids start to separate, revealing a blurry new world of light and shadow. Almost simultaneously, the ear canals open. Suddenly, a soft sound can make them flinch, a sign that their world has just expanded. This awakening isn't just a biological switch, it's the start of their social life. They begin to recognize faces, react to voices, and transform into the playful explorers we love. What was the most memorable moment in your pet's development? Have you ever wondered what your puppy is doing 90% of the time? No, it's not getting into trouble or chasing its tail, it's sleeping. This is the vital secret to their growth and the key to a happy, healthy best friend. That's right, puppies spend an astonishing 90% of their first few weeks sleeping. The other 10% is all about eating. Imagine your only job is to grow, and to do that, you just have to dream. But this doesn't last forever. After a few weeks, their rest time drops to about 14 hours a day. When they finally become adults, our dogs find their rhythm, sleeping around 10 hours a day. Whether it's a long nap or snuggling up at night, sleep is fundamental for their energy, and of course, for those famous zoomies we all love. So, the next time you see your furry friends sleeping, remember they're just recharging to be their playful, loving selves. Isn't that amazing? If you learned something new, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe for more. There's one thing a human baby and a Chihuahua puppy have in common, and it's right on the top of their head. If you own a Chihuahua, your dog wasn't just born adorable. It was born with a feature it shares with you. Do you know what it is? We're talking about the famous soft spot. Just like human infants, many Chihuahua puppies are born with an opening on the top of their skull called a molera, an area where the bones haven't completely fused. It's the same idea as the fontanelle on a baby, and for a long time it was even considered a mark of purity for the breed. The good news is that, in most cases, the molera is temporary. As the puppy grows, the bones in its skull solidify and close that spot. However, some adult Chihuahuas, especially the apple-headed ones, keep a small molera for life. It's just something to be aware of to protect them from bumps. Who knew our tiny companions had such a fascinating connection to us? If this surprised you, hit that like button. Comment below if your Chihuahua has a molera, and subscribe to discover more amazing pet secrets. Can you imagine loving dogs with all your heart, but not being able to have one because of allergies? That itching, those sneezes. It feels like your dream is over. But what if I told you that story doesn't have to end that way? There's a secret that will allow you to have man's best friend without sacrificing your health. Millions of people suffer from pet allergies, and most believe the problem is the hair. But here's the surprising truth. It's not the hair, but the dander and saliva that stick to it. That is why choosing a dog that sheds less isn't just a preference. It is a life solution. This is where the magic of hypoallergenic breeds comes in. While none are 100% allergen-free, breeds like the elegant poodle, the sweet Maltese, and the fluffy Bichon Frise trap dander in their coats, minimizing its spread. So no, you don't have to give up on having a dog. A furry companion is waiting for you. Don't let allergies keep you from canine love. In the ancient Forbidden City, empresses didn't use heaters. They had a much more luxurious living secret for staying warm in winter, a secret that fit right inside their sleeve. Today we're revealing why a dog was the most elite piece of royal Chinese outerwear. We're talking about the Pekingese, one of China's most revered breeds. Legend says they served a very practical function in cold imperial palaces. To stay warm, nobility would place them inside the wide sleeves of their silk robes. A specific class of Pekingese, small enough to fit comfortably, were known as sleeve dogs. They were the imperial living version of a hot water bottle. So, the next time you see a Pekingese, remember you're not just looking at a descendant of royalty, but the original portable warmer. We all know a human baby takes 9 long months to arrive. It's a marathon. But did you know your 4-legged best friend can achieve the same miracle in just a fraction of that time? When it comes to canine pregnancy, time isn't relative. It's just plain fast. Get ready to see why your female dog is a true speed supermom. Nature designed an incredibly accelerated gestation calendar for our canine friends. Think about it. A 9-month journey for a human, but for a pregnant dog, the entire trip is summarized in just 9 weeks. That's all it takes for her to carry her puppies, from conception to birth, and she can have a whole litter. This short gestation period of only 63 days means puppies are born less developed than human babies. That's why they need so much sleep at the beginning, to catch up on the growth they did outside the womb. It's an evolutionary mechanism that ensures species survival. So, the next time you think about the long wait for a baby, give your dog a pat. She's a champion of biological efficiency. Have you ever watched your dog navigate the house at night like they have radar? It's not magic, and it's not just their nose. Your dog has a sixth sense, a hidden superpower right on their face that lets them see in the dark. Today, we are revealing why their whiskers are vital and why cutting them is like taking away their personal GPS. Most people think whiskers are just thick hairs, but that's wrong. Scientifically called vibrissae, they are highly sensitive sensory tools, like a human's fingertips but way more powerful. Each whisker is deeply embedded in nerves, so when it detects a change in airflow, the dog gets instant, detailed information. This is how they navigate in the dark. As they walk, their whiskers scan the area, feeling subtle changes in air pressure bouncing off objects. This allows them to measure the size, shape, and distance of obstacles without seeing them. Cutting them can leave your dog feeling disoriented and vulnerable. So, respect the vibrissae. Feeling stressed? You might call a friend to vent, and sure, that helps a little. But what if I told you science has found something even better? A study revealed that when it comes to truly calming your nerves and lowering your blood pressure, there's a therapy that beats human conversation: petting your dog. The study, published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine, was simple. Researchers measured people's stress levels during different activities. The results were clear. Blood pressure was lowest not when talking to a person, but while petting a dog. It turns out that physical contact is the real magic ingredient. So, why does this pet effect work so well? It's all about hormones. When you pet your dog, your body releases oxytocin, the love hormone, while suppressing cortisol, the stress hormone. Your dog offers a pure, non-judgmental connection that your brain registers as safety and calm. They are literally engineered to heal you. So next time you're having a tough day, remember this scientific proof. Tired of searching for the perfect family dog? The one that doesn't make you panic every time it gets near a kid? And that can actually learn to sit without you needing a PhD in dog training? You don't need luck. You need these 3 breeds. Stick around because one of them has been the ultimate canine nanny for decades. Let's start now. At number 1, we have the superstar, the Retriever, both the Labrador and the Golden. Why are they so popular? Simple. They have almost infinite patience for ear tugs and an innate desire to please. That's why they're the most common breeds used as service dogs. Plus, training them is a breeze. They're so smart that, honestly, it sometimes feels like they already know what you want. If you're looking for a plug-and-play family dog, this is your champion. Our second option is for those looking for a loyal, protective dog that's also a total genius, the German Shepherd. Yes, I know what you're thinking, but they look so serious. The reality is that when they're raised in a family, their protective nature focuses on their pack, including the kids. They're incredibly easy to train because of their intelligence and work ethic. They just need a bit more mental and physical exercise than the Retriever. Finally, we have the gem I mentioned at the beginning, known for its dedication and sweetness, the Collie. Think Lassie. These herding dogs have a herding instinct, which means they're hardwired to keep their sheep, or in this case, your kids, safe and together. They are exceptionally gentle, alert, and, like the other 2, very responsive to training, as long as it's done with positive reinforcement. They're usually less physically demanding than the German Shepherd, which makes them ideal for a more relaxed home. So there you have it. The Retriever, German Shepherd, and Collie. 3 breeds with high trainability and a heart of gold for kids. But now I want to know your thoughts. What's the best family dog you've ever had or known? Is there another breed that should have been on this list? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hollywood is a world of secrets, but few know the truth behind the name of one of Jennifer Aniston's most beloved dogs. It's not just a story about a star and her pet. It's a tale of anguish, an impossible choice, and a tribute to one of history's most tragic novels. Back in 2012, Jennifer Aniston and her then-partner, Justin Theroux, went to a shelter to adopt a puppy. But what they found was a box of 10 adorable, abandoned pit bull boxer puppies. The idea of choosing just one and leaving the others behind was so distressing that it brought Jennifer to tears. The actress named her new dog Sophie in honor of the novel Sophie's Choice. In the book, a mother at a concentration camp is forced to make an impossible decision: which of her 2 children will live? For Jennifer, that feeling of making a heart-wrenching choice between innocent lives, even in a different context, was profound. It's a powerful tribute to a difficult decision. What do you think of this story? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Do you come home to find the sofa shredded or your favorite shoe ripped to pieces? You think it's revenge, but you are totally wrong. Your dog isn't bad. They're suffering. They're caught in a pack crisis. Stick around because I'm going to show you the simple mistake you make when you leave, and the 3 steps to give your dog the peace they need. Dogs are descended from pack animals, and you and your family are their pack. For them, being alone isn't free time, it's a life danger. That's why when you leave, your dog isn't angry. They're experiencing separation anxiety, stress, and yes, even depression. This distress shows up in 3 ways that ruin your home: barking, and howling out of panic, destruction to try to escape or relieve stress, and accidents inside due to that panic. These are cries for help. The number 1 mistake we all make. We create a drama out of saying goodbye. Hugs, kisses. Bye-bye, my baby, I'll miss you so much. To your dog, this validates that your departure is a terrible, scary event. Then when you come back, the euphoric, over-the-top welcome reinforces that their solitude was a nightmare. To break this cycle, follow these 3 simple rules. Rule number 1. Create a boring departure routine. For the 5 minutes before you leave, completely ignore your dog. Just take your keys, put on your coat, and walk out without a single word or even eye contact. Make your departure a total non-event. Rule number 2. Reward the boredom. Right before you open the door to leave, give them an enrichment toy stuffed with their favorite food, something that will take them at least 15 minutes to finish. This associates you leaving with a positive reward and keeps them mentally busy and calm. And rule number 3. Make your return boring. When you walk back in the door, don't greet them until they're calm. Wait until they sit or lie down. Only then do you praise and greet them, once they are in a state of tranquility. This rewards calmness, not anxiety. Remember, a tired and mentally stimulated dog is a dog that spends more time sleeping than destroying. Consistency is your best tool. Now I want you to tell me, what's the weirdest behavior your dog does when you leave? Leave your stories and questions in the comments below, and we'll discuss the best solutions. If this video gave you new hope for saving your sofa, give us a like. If your dog barks at every falling leaf, every passing neighbor, or wakes you up at 3 a.m., I know exactly how you feel. But I have to tell you a harsh truth. You are the problem. You're making a critical mistake that teaches your dog to bark more. Stop doing this, and you'll get the silence you crave. The mistake is simple. You give your dog attention every time it barks. Think about it. Your dog barks, and you, worried, get up or go over to them. You pet them, you say quiet, you ask if they need to go out. To your dog, that's not a reprimand, it's a reward. You just taught them that barking is the magic button to make their favorite person appear in 5 seconds. You are positively reinforcing them to make more noise. This is the opposite of what you want. The solution is a radical behavior change, and it has 2 crucial steps. Step 1. Identify the real need. Before reacting, ask yourself, does my dog truly need to go to the bathroom or eat? If not, it's attention-seeking noise or anxiety. Step 2 is the key. Absolutely ignore the unwanted barking. When they start barking for attention, turn into a statue. Don't look at them, don't talk to them, don't touch them. You don't exist. This is the most important part. The instant your dog stops, even for 1 second of silence, that is your moment to act. Reward them, give them a treat, praise them, pet them, teach them that silence is what makes you appear. With this method, your dog will finally learn that barking without reason doesn't work. They will only bark when they really need you. It's a slow change that requires patience and consistency, but I guarantee the peace in your house and a good night's sleep are worth the effort. Breaking the attention cycle is hard at first, but it's the fastest path to a quiet dog. Give it a try today. I want you to tell me, what's the strangest bark your dog makes? How old were they when you started training them? Drop your anecdotes in the comments so our community can learn from them. Imagine over 2,000 miles of raw wilderness, rugged mountains, dense forests, a brutal challenge for even the most seasoned hikers. Now, imagine doing it blind. This is the incredible true story of Bill Irwin and his guide dog, Orient. In 1990, Bill, seeking redemption from a troubled past, decided to tackle the legendary Appalachian Trail. His only companion was Orient, a German shepherd who was far more than a guide dog. For 8 grueling months, this amazing animal led Bill over treacherous terrain, across icy rivers, and past dangerous drops. Orient was Bill's eyes, his compass, and his protector. After 229 days, they stood victorious on the final summit. They didn't just conquer a trail, they showed the world the incredible power of resilience and the unbreakable bond between a man and his best friend. Their story reminds us that with courage and a loyal partner, our only limits are the ones we set for ourselves. For years, you've been told your dog is a mini-wolf, a carnivore that should only eat meat. But that belief is not only false, it's dangerous. Your dog has a genetic secret that separates them from their wild ancestors. They are an omnivore. Ignoring grains and vegetables means you are sabotaging their health. Here's why. When wolves started living with humans, their diet shifted. This caused a unique mutation. Dogs developed extra copies of the AMY2B gene. This gene produces amylase, an enzyme essential for breaking down starch from grains and vegetables. Cats, who are true carnivores, don't have this. Your dog does. This means your dog needs a balanced mix. Meat provides protein, but complex carbohydrates are their main source of quick energy. Fiber from vegetables keeps their digestion healthy. A meat-only diet can cause serious nutritional imbalances. The best option is a high-quality vet-formulated food. You can also supplement with veggies like carrots or broccoli. So, let me know in the comments, what human food does your dog love? Frozen. Most dogs couldn't survive this, let alone enjoy it. But you're looking at the Arctic Titan, the only animal that laughs when the thermometer hits -70 degrees Fahrenheit. The Alaskan Malamute isn't just a sled dog, it's the ultimate heating machine, routinely tolerating temperatures down to -58 degrees Fahrenheit. But how does it do it? The secret isn't just its coat. First, its armor, the double coat. The outer layer is thick and water-resistant like a windbreaker. But the magic is in the dense, woolly undercoat that acts as an extreme thermal insulator, trapping body heat. This system protects it even from temperatures that are unsurvivable for many mammals. Second, evolution. Developed by the Malamute tribe in Alaska as freight carriers, they needed stamina, not speed. That's why they're larger and stronger than huskies. Even their paws are wide and dense, acting as natural snowshoes. So next time you complain about the cold, remember the Alaskan Malamute, the dog built to dominate winter. Did you know about this breed's incredible resilience? If this Arctic Titan fascinated you, hit that like button and subscribe for more astonishing animal facts. Have you ever heard of a presidential scandal where the victim wasn't a politician but a beagle? In 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson sparked international outrage over what he called a simple game, Meet Him and Her. 2 beagles who, with absurdly simple names, lived some of the most glamorous and controversial lives in Washington. LBJ absolutely adored them. He let them attend cabinet meetings and even swim in the White House pool. But his unique way of showing affection nearly caused a diplomatic incident. It all started with this famous photo. In a gesture he called play, LBJ lifted one of his beagles up by the ears. The public reaction was immediate and fierce. The press attacked him, and the Humane Society issued a formal condemnation. The president actually had to make an official statement to defend himself. Despite the drama, Him and Her were iconic presidential pets and a huge part of the Johnson family. What do you think? Was LBJ just being playful, or was it cruel? Let me know in the comments. Did you know a dog's ears can be longer than your forearm? I'm not kidding. We're about to meet the real champions of the canine world. Dogs with Guinness World Record ears. In the animal kingdom, some have sharp noses, others have eagle eyes. But today, we celebrate the ears. And no one does it better than Tigger the Bloodhound. His ears are legendary, measuring over a foot long each. Verified in 2004, Tiger holds the record for the longest ears ever documented. And they aren't just for show. These impressive appendages help bloodhounds sweep up and concentrate scent trails right to their superpowered noses. But the current living champion is Lou, an adorable black and tan coonhound from Oregon. Verified in 2020, Lou's ears measure a whopping 34 centimeters each. Tiger and Lou show us that sometimes the most extraordinary things are in the details. Did you know about these incredible dogs? Tell me in the comments. You just went for a run. You're sweating buckets. But what about your dog? He's got no sweat on his back, but he's panting like a steam engine. Wait, most people think dogs don't sweat at all. But they're wrong. Yes, dogs do sweat, but not where you'd think. Their sweat glands are hidden in only one place, the pads of their paws. The problem is, those glands are tiny. Sweating only through their paws isn't nearly enough to cool down a whole furry body after chasing a ball in the park. This is where their real superpower comes in: panting. By panting quickly, your dog evaporates moisture from their tongue and mouth. It's like a super efficient built-in air conditioner. That's why panting is their main thermostat. So, if you see your dog panting, they're not just tired. They're working hard to stay cool. It's so hot, even the dogs are panting on the ground. That's right, we're in the dog days of summer. But if you think that phrase comes from watching your pet struggle with the heat, you're mistaken. The real origin isn't on Earth, it's in space. Let's travel thousands of years back to ancient Rome. This iconic phrase isn't about tired canines, it's about astronomy and ancient beliefs. The real culprit is the brightest star in our night sky, Sirius. Sirius is nicknamed the Dog Star because it's the most prominent star in the Canis Major constellation, which means the Great Dog. During the hottest part of summer, Sirius rises and sets at the same time as the sun. The ancient Romans believed that the combined energy from our sun and this distant dog star was what caused the scorching heat. So, the next time you're complaining about the heat, don't blame the poor panting pup on your floor. You can thank a 2,000-year-old belief that a distant star was teaming up with the sun to cook the planet. Did you know the true origin of this phrase? Let me know in the comments. Look at them. One is adorable and playful. The other is sleek and fast. But there's a tragic difference you can't ignore. Life expectancy. Dogs with flat faces, like the pug, live significantly shorter lives than their long-snouted cousins. The science is clear. Your dog's face shape is one of the biggest indicators of their lifespan. This sad truth is due to a condition called brachycephaly, and it's seriously impacting the health of some of our favorite breeds. When a dog has a flat face, their bone structure is short, but all their soft tissues inside remain the same size. This severely obstructs their airways. Imagine trying to breathe through a narrow straw all day long. This constant strain puts pressure on the heart and can drastically cut down their lifespan. Conversely, long-faced breeds like greyhounds have an ideal cooling and breathing system. More space means less strain. That's why dogs with a more wolf-like skull shape tend to live longer, healthier lives. We're not saying to stop loving your flat-faced friend, just to be aware of their special needs. Did you know their face shape was so vital? Let me know in the comments what breed you have. For someone living with diabetes, life is a constant tightrope walk. A silent, sudden drop in blood sugar can lead to confusion or even a coma. It's a danger that can strike at any time. But what if the best alarm system wasn't a piece of technology, but a wet nose and a wagging tail? These are diabetic alert dogs, remarkable service animals trained to detect the invisible, the specific scent of a chemical change in their owner's body. They are a non-stop, four-legged alarm system, offering a lifeline that no monitor can truly provide. So, how do they do it? When a person's blood sugar plummets, their body releases a chemical called isoprene. We can't smell it, but to a dog's powerful nose, that change is like a flashing signal. These dogs are trained to identify that unique scent and alert their owner by pawing, nudging, or even jumping on the bed. They are a living, breathing medical device wrapped in fur, turning a daily struggle into a shared journey. Do you have an amazing story about a service animal or your own loyal dog? Share it in the comments below. In a world of political debates and broken promises, what if the most effective leader in America had 4 paws? Welcome to Cormorant, Minnesota. This tiny town doesn't have a city hall, but it does have a mayor. And for nearly a decade, they've proven that when it comes to leadership, a friendly face and a wagging tail beat a human politician every single time. The tradition started by accident in 2014. During a local festival fundraiser, residents paid $1 to vote. One candidate won by a landslide, Duke, a big, fluffy Great Pyrenees. He was so beloved, he was re-elected 4 times. His job? to be the best ambassador a town could ask for. After Duke's retirement and passing, the seat sat empty. But in 2024, another Great Pyrenees, Khaleesi, stepped up and won by a huge margin, proving the town's commitment to prioritizing loyalty and charm over politics. If your pet ran for mayor, what would their slogan be? Let me know in the comments. Imagine a crime scene, days old. A missing person, vanished without a trace. To us, the trail is cold, invisible, utterly gone. But what if an investigator could follow a scent trail that's over 300 hours old? That's more than 12 days. This is the extraordinary world of the bloodhound. They aren't just following a path, they're unraveling a story written in molecules, a whisper from the past that only they can hear. How do they do it? It starts with their anatomy. A bloodhound has up to 300 million scent receptors compared to our paltry 6 million. Their long, floppy ears sweep scents up towards their nose, and those famous wrinkles trap scent particles, creating a personal scent cloud to focus on. They can differentiate an individual's unique scent from all others, even after wind and rain. It's not just the nose, it's the drive. Once on a track, they are relentless. Were you amazed by these incredible animals? Look at this painting. It's a work of quiet beauty, but it hides a profound declaration of war against the modern world. Its creator, the German expressionist Franz Marc, wasn't just painting a dog. He was painting the last vestige of purity he believed existed on Earth. Shortly after this, Marc made a radical decision. He would only paint animals, not because they were beautiful, but because, in his eyes, they were the only innocent creatures left in a corrupt world. The early 20th century was a time of spiritual crisis. Marc saw humanity as self-obsessed and ugly. He found his inspiration in animals, who possessed a primal, pure sense of life. To capture this, he abandoned natural color. For him, blue was masculine and spiritual. That's why his famous horses are blue. Yellow was feminine and gentle, like his serene cows. Red was the color of brutality and matter. His art became a quest to see the world through an animal's soul. What if we told you that the world's most sophisticated diagnostic machine doesn't cost millions of dollars, doesn't need electricity, and can detect cancer with astonishing accuracy? Science tells us that early detection saves lives. But for diseases like cancer, initial diagnosis is often a race against time. However, in this race, we have a surprising ally. The dog. A biological expert with a chemical sixth sense, capable of smelling a disease that humans are only beginning to understand. When the cells in our body become cancerous, they begin to metabolize and divide abnormally. This process produces a specific chemical fingerprint, releasing volatile organic compounds, or VOCs. To our human noses, they are invisible. To the canine nose, they are a clear and evident alarm signal. Think about it. Humans have about 6 million olfactory receptors. Dogs have up to 300 million. Cancer is not just a biological anomaly. It's a change in body odor, and the dog detects it. Canine disease detection isn't a parlor trick. It's science. In laboratories around the world, dogs are trained to associate the scent of disease VOCs with a reward. We've seen results where the dog can detect prostate cancer by smelling urine with 98% accuracy. This is often better than conventional medical tests, and crucially, they can detect the disease in very early stages, long before it has spread. This astonishing ability isn't limited to cancer. Service dogs have also been trained to detect hypoglycemia in diabetics, the imminence of an epileptic seizure, and even the presence of malaria just by smelling clothing. A dog's nose is, quite literally, a life-saving tool. The partnership between human and dog in this field is one of absolute trust. These animals offer a layer of security and peace of mind to people living with the constant anxiety of a silent illness. It's a humbling lesson for our species. Despite all our technology, nature reminds us that sometimes the most advanced solution lies in the incredible biological potential of our most loyal companion. The best diagnosis might arrive with a gentle nudge from a wet nose. A dog's ability to smell the invisible is rewriting what we thought was possible in medicine. We want your opinion. Do you believe dogs should be more formally integrated into early disease detection systems? Share your thoughts in the comments below. It's a simple act, something we do without thinking. But when your yawn triggers your dog's yawn, you're not just seeing a reflex. You're witnessing scientific proof that your dog understands you emotionally. Contagious yawning is a sign of empathy and social connection in humans. But can a dog truly share our feelings? Scientists say yes. And the secret is hidden in that simple yawn. Studies show that dogs are far more likely to catch us a yawn from their owner than from a stranger. This isn't just a reaction, it's a sign of a deep emotional bond. Your dog is essentially tuning in to your state of mind, synchronizing with you in a profound way. This shared yawn is a silent confirmation of the incredible connection you have. Your dog isn't just a pet. It's an emotional companion that feels with you. Does your dog catch your yawns? Let us know in the comments. Ever taken your furry best friend for a walk and let them do their business on a lamppost? It seems harmless, right? But what if I told you that this everyday habit could bring down the entire post? It sounds crazy, but it's true. Dog urine contains acids and salts that are surprisingly corrosive. Over time, as hundreds, maybe even thousands of dogs use the same spot, this acidic liquid seeps into the metal base of the lamppost. It slowly eats away at the steel, weakening the structure from the inside out. In several cities around the world, lampposts have literally collapsed because their bases were rusted through by years of dog pee. So next time you're out walking, maybe guide your pup to a tree or a patch of grass instead. Have you ever yawned only to see your dog yawn right back at you? It might feel like you just have a really sleepy sidekick, but it's actually something much more special. Scientists have found that dogs can catch yawns from humans, but here's the amazing part. They're far more likely to do it with people they have a strong bond with, like you, their owner. This isn't just a simple mimic. It's considered a sign of empathy and social connection. Think about it. You're more likely to catch a yawn from a friend or family member than from a complete stranger. It's the same for your dog. That sleepy little yawn is actually their way of saying, "I get you, I'm connected to you." It's a quiet, beautiful moment of bonding between you and your best friend. So next time you see your dog mirror your yawn, give them an extra pat. It's a sweet reminder of the incredible connection you share. Have you ever wondered what the world looks like through your dog's eyes? For years, everyone thought dogs could only see in black and white, like an old movie. But guess what? That's a total myth. While their world isn't as colorful as ours, it's definitely not just shades of gray. Dogs have what's called dichromatic vision. This means they see the world primarily in shades of blue and yellow. So, that bright red ball you bought? To your furry friend, it probably looks like a muddy brown or dark gray. They have a hard time telling the difference between red, orange, and green. Next time you're playing fetch at the park, try a blue or yellow toy instead. Your dog will be able to spot it much more easily against the green grass. It's fascinating, right? Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever watched your dog twitching, whimpering, or even paddling their paws in their sleep and wondered, what in the world are they dreaming about? Well, you're not wrong. They are dreaming. Just like us, our furry friends experience that deep, rapid eye movement sleep, or REM sleep, where all the magical dream stuff happens. But here's a fascinating twist you might not know. The size of your dog actually influences their dream patterns. It's true. Smaller pups, like a tiny Chihuahua, tend to have more frequent but shorter dreams. Picture this. They're off to dreamland about every 10 minutes for a quick little adventure. On the other paw, larger dogs, like your lovable Labrador or a majestic Great Dane, have fewer dreams, but when they do, they're longer, more epic sagas. So, next time you see your dog dozing, you can guess what kind of dream movie is playing in their head. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wished you could bring your furry best friend to work with you? Well, you're not alone. In 2014, the awesome team at Hondar created an official day for just that. Bring Your Dog to Work Day. This amazing event happens every year in the UK on the Friday right after Father's Day. It's not just about having a cute colleague for the day though. It's a fantastic initiative to raise money for animal welfare charities and to show everyone how wonderful having a dog in the workplace can be. Studies have shown it can reduce stress, boost morale, and even improve productivity. So, next time the day rolls around, why not ask your boss if your pup can join the team? It's for a great cause. Hey dog lovers! Ever wondered who the big cheese is in the world of purebred dogs in the US? Let's talk about the American Kennel Club, or the AKC. Picture this. It's 1884. A group of dedicated dog enthusiasts get together with a mission. They want to create a standard, a way to promote the study, breeding, and showcasing of purebred dogs, ensuring their unique traits are preserved for generations to come. And just like that, the AKC was born. Fast forward to today, and the AKC isn't just a historical club. It's the largest and most influential purebred dog registry in the entire United States. From Westminster to your local dog park, its influence is everywhere. The AKC has truly shaped the way we appreciate and understand our four-legged best friends. So next time you see that AKC registered seal, you'll know the incredible history behind it. Thanks for watching. If you love dogs as much as I do, hit that subscribe button for more. Have you ever wondered why your dog is so obsessed with sniffing every single spot on your walk? It's because they're reading messages left by other dogs. A dog's pee isn't just pee. It's like a secret chemical messenger, packed with information. When your dog takes a sniff, they're downloading a whole profile. They can instantly tell if the dog that was here before was a male or a female, a young pup or a wise old-timer. But it gets even more amazing. They can also sense if the other dog is healthy, stressed, or even sick. It's their own version of a social media update, all contained in a single scent. So next time your furry friend stops for a long sniff, give them a moment. They're not just being nosy, they're catching up on all the neighborhood news. Have you ever wondered what happens to the adorable puppies you see on the streets of Thailand when they grow up? Sadly, many are abandoned once they lose their puppy charm. It's a heartbreaking reality, but there's a beautiful side to this story. In the heart of Thailand, a unique bond has formed between these forgotten animals and Buddhist monks. Many temples across the country have become unofficial sanctuaries, opening their gates and their hearts to stray dogs. The monks provide them with food, shelter, and much-needed kindness, living out the Buddhist principle of compassion for all living beings. These temple grounds are filled not just with ancient serenity, but with the happy barks of dogs who found a second chance at life. It's a powerful reminder that a little bit of compassion can make a world of difference. Hey there, fellow dog lovers. Ever found yourself in a cloud of fur, wondering if your dog is secretly trying to knit a sweater for you? Well, you're not alone. Here's a little secret. All dogs shed. Yes, even those so-called hypoallergenic breeds. It's a completely natural process, like us shedding old skin cells. Their fur has a life cycle, and shedding is just their way of getting rid of old, damaged hair to make way for new, healthy growth. The amount and frequency can vary wildly, from the heavy-shedding German Shepherd to the lighter-shedding Poodle. It's all part of the beautiful, sometimes furry package of being a dog parent. So next time you find a stray hair in your coffee, just smile and remember it's a little reminder of your best friend. Hey, history buffs, have you ever heard of a war started over attacks on dogs? It sounds wild, but it actually happened. Let's travel back to late 19th century New Zealand. British settlers decided to impose a tax on dogs. For them, it was just a simple fee. But for the local Maori people in the Hokianga region, this was a huge deal. Dogs weren't just pets. They were essential for hunting, companionship, and held deep cultural significance. The Maori saw this tax not just as a financial burden, but as a direct attack on their way of life and sovereignty. Tensions escalated, leading to armed standoffs and confrontations. While it didn't become a full-scale war, this dog tax war was a powerful act of resistance. It's a fascinating and often overlooked story about the clash of cultures and the fight to protect a way of life. Have you ever looked at your dog, curled up and dreaming, and thought about how much time you have together? It's a bittersweet thought, isn't it? The truth is, a dog's life is a whirlwind compared to ours. On average, they grace our lives for about 10 to 14 years. That's 10 to 14 years of unconditional love, goofy antics, and loyal companionship. It might not seem like a long time, but think about everything you can pack into those years. Every walk, every game of fetch, every quiet cuddle on the sofa. Those are the moments that build a lifetime of memories for both of you. So, let's make every single day count. Give them that extra belly rub, take that slightly longer walk, and cherish the beautiful fleeting time we have with our best friends. Looking for perfection? You won't find it here. But what you will find is something much better. Unconditional love, stories of resilience, and a beauty that only a few have the privilege of seeing. In a world obsessed with perfection, there's a place where imperfections are celebrated. It's the legendary World's Ugliest Dog Contest. And these are the most unique dogs in the world. From Ziza, the English Bulldog, to Scamp the Tramp, an adorable mixed breed with a scruffy style, to Mr. Happy Face, a Chinese crested dog whose crooked smile is absolutely charming. These dogs have captured our hearts and taught us that true love has no aesthetic requirements. The contest isn't just about fun. It's a platform for incredible stories of resilience and a celebration of the bond between humans and animals. It raises awareness about pet adoption and shows that beauty comes in all shapes, sizes, and forms. Wild Thang, the most recent winner from 2024, is a Pekingese who was born with a disability. Despite the challenges he's faced, he's a true inspiration and a reminder that the purest love comes from the most unexpected places. Which of these dogs is your favorite? Tell us in the comments and let's celebrate the beauty in all of their uniqueness. Imagine being buried under tons of snow, alone and freezing. You think it's the end. But then you feel a warm lick, and you see a furry giant figure who came to find you. This isn't a fairy tale. This is the true story of the dog who saved 40 lives. This is the legend of Barry, the most famous Saint Bernard in history. In the treacherous Great Saint Bernard Pass in the Alps, Barry wasn't just a pet. He was the final hope for lost travelers. For 14 years, this noble giant served at a monk-run hospice. It's said that Barry rescued 40 people from certain death, using his incredible sense of smell to find them buried under the snow. His greatest act of heroism made him a symbol of selfless loyalty. When he died, his body was preserved and is now displayed in a Swiss museum as a monument to canine heroism. He is the reason the world knows and loves this breed. Do you think any modern dog will ever surpass his record? Tell me about your canine heroes in the comments. Hey, have you ever really looked at a dog's tongue? I mean, really looked? You'd think they're all just big, pink, slobbery things, right? Well, for almost every single dog breed on the planet, that's true. But there are two exceptions that are absolutely fascinating. Meet the Shar Pei and the Chow Chow. These two breeds are famous for their unique blue-black tongues. It's what makes them so special. Now, if you get a Chow Chow puppy, you might be a little confused at first. Their tongue is actually pink when they're born, just like any other pup. But here's the cool part. Around 8 to 10 weeks old, a little bit of magic happens, and their tongue starts to change color, eventually turning that signature dark shade. So, if you see your Chow Chow's tongue turning black, don't panic. It's a completely natural and healthy sign that they're growing into their beautiful, unique selves. Ever wondered just how many furry friends are out there wagging their tails across the globe? You might be surprised. It's estimated that there are a whopping 400 million dogs in the world. That's a whole lot of love, loyalty, and slobbery kisses. But where do most of these pups live? If you guessed the United States, you're absolutely right. The US is a nation of dog lovers, home to an incredible 78 million pet dogs. That's more than any other country on the planet. From tiny Chihuahuas to giant Great Danes, it's clear that Americans have a special place in their hearts for their canine companions. Do you have a dog? Let me know their breed in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Ever wonder what it's like for a brand new puppy entering the world? You might be surprised to learn that when puppies are born, they're completely blind and deaf. That's right, their eyes are sealed shut and their ear canals are closed. They can't see or hear a thing. On top of that, they're also born completely toothless, so no tiny puppy bites just yet. So, what's the very first sense they experience? It's touch. They rely entirely on touch and warmth to find their mom for milk and to snuggle up with their litter mates. It's how they navigate their brand new, dark and silent world. Isn't that incredible? Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.